guys, welcome back to another video. I'm Subahle Mkhize and this is my channel. If you are a regular Dzegula, a regular liker, a regular sharer, honey, thank you so much for coming back once again, baby. And if you are new here today, welcome to the channel. Make sure that you click that subscribe button so that you can join the Regular Dzegulars. Okay, my love, so as you can see by the title of this video, today we're going to be talking about something that I don't think I've ever spoken about on this channel. But by the title, you can see that I'm going to be defining for you guys. I'm talking to you guys about what I value as success, and I think it's going to come with the story time as well, because I feel like I need to kind of unpack how I became more aware of that and wanting to actually start to discover what I was defining as success and how do I redefine and break those limiting beliefs. I think this is a new perspective for me, and I really wanted to share with you guys because I feel like information like this, if not it has helped me, and my hope is that it can help someone else. So that is why I decided to shoot this. So if you are interested in this kind of content, definitely stay watching and watch till the end. All right, my loves, so as you guys already know, I was in lockdown, and I've honestly been going through so much. Like Subahle the teacher has been, tested more than I've ever been tested in my whole career. Subahle the businesswoman and YouTuber has been growing, learning, making mistakes, learning from those mistakes, and really trying to make my mark in the space. Subahle the person, or Subahle the human, has really, I've really been going through it, guys. I'm super emotional. I'm super Gazwela, man, you get to Gazwela, and it shows. Like, I can't hide it when I'm not okay. And I know in 17 they've been seeing that. A lot of people in my closer circle know that I haven't been okay. And honestly, it's just like constantly having to heal, constantly having to deal with the thoughts and emotions that come up. But more importantly, like, being in isolation is so important for things like these, because it helps you to actually discover and unpack and heal. So that was like, honestly, this lockdown we just came from was important, and I didn't realize how much I needed it until it came. But yeah, so a lot has been happening. But recently I actually saw a really cool meme or a thing up on social media that describes the analogy of showing up, and it actually talks about what we think it means versus what it actually means. So showing up daily. And guys, this is literally a depiction of what my life is right now. Like, there's days where I'm like a full circle, like I'm there, I'm showing up, I'm there. And then there's like literally bare minimum, and then there's like nothing. I'm just like a walking zombie. And those days, I've realized that days like that come, and what is happening, and more than anything, I used to be like, oh my gosh, like I used to be really sad about those days. I still am, let me say that, I still am. But now there's a sense of like, actually, let's figure out why you're feeling like that, and let's not run away from it. So yeah, anyway, so that is what has been happening, and I want you guys to know that it's important to know where you're at and to check in with yourself. So with that, I want to tell you guys this story time, because it was around the beginning of the year when this happened, and it actually played a really big part in me actually doing this exercise later on. So basically, at the beginning of the year, from January till about the 10th of April, YouTube demonetized my channel and they took away my ads. So as you guys know, like, getting monetized and getting some money from this channel has, like, for me, was something that I defined as a success for myself, for my career. And I think it was really like, something that gave me that oomph to say, as in, let's continue, let's go. And so it was really tough for me when YouTube took that away, and at that moment there really wasn't anything I could do but wait until the day's end, and then I could do the proof of identity. But if you guys are interested in that kind of video, also let me know if you guys want to know how I eventually monetize my channel, and I can do a separate video for that. But anyway, so when that happened, luckily I was still in my break. So after Vlogmas in December, I took like a break to start in January, and then I remember I kept extending my break because I was like, just relax, just take a time, you worked hard. But I kept blaming the extension of the break on fatigue. But actually, It was the monetization thing. It was tough. It really like broke me, honestly. And I remember like at the time, it was towards the end of January. I'm like, man, you said you said the break would be 2 weeks. We're approaching our 4th week now. What's happening, And honestly, like at that time, the only reason why I started producing content was because I saw my colleagues, guys, Ngabona, Olazi Emo, Emily, Osnemeksteba, Otisa, doing amazing content. And I was like, hey, when I went on, and I think that is why YouTube is such an amazing space where there's other curators that either have share the same interest as you, or the same similar content, because you see yourself, you relate, you get inspired, and you get your butt up and you do the thing. And I think it's an amazing platform because one person can watch 6 videos of similar topics. You can have unlimited amounts of views on your channel. So I think that is amazing. So anyway, I got inspired, my video. So I was producing 2 videos a week from January until now. And then pata in the back of my mind, I'm like, nothing is getting monetized. Nothing, you're not earning a cent, ma'am. And I'm like, this thing was like in the back of my mind, And it wasn't until I heard this podcast by Ujay Shetty and Lily Singh. And I've got the topic here, it's the name of the podcast. It's called Giving Yourself Permission to Grow and How to Identify Your Limiting Beliefs That Are Keeping You Stuck. Guys, that podcast, when I realized that I was stuck in that mentality of, I was defining the success of my channel by the monetization. And don't get me wrong, guys, there's nothing wrong in valuing that. There's nothing wrong in, holding value in something like that, because, it's important to see those little incentives as you go along. But the problem was that it was defining my success. It was dictating my mood. It was making me feel stuck when it came to producing content. I was like, why am I putting so much effort? Why should I enjoy this? Like, that is when I realized that this is a problem. This is going to be a problem. If this channel doesn't get monetized again soon, content. That was the kind of stuff that was going through my mind. And so it was then, like, honestly, God sent me that podcast, guys, because at that time, the reason I got out of that rut was because of my fellow colleagues in YouTube, But what happens if those colleagues don't inspire me? What happens when, my DMs from my regular Dzegulars asking me where I am, are you okay, we want a video? What happens when, all those external factors don't get me up again, don't get me, producing content again? What happens, And that is when I think that podcast was so pivotal for me, because I realized how much I needed to not depend on external factors to keep me driven, and also to actually define my success, but rather it has to be internal. It has to come from within. And sure, guys, that was like boom, because I was like, I'd heard that thing before, guys. So it's not that we've heard it, but at that time, I think it's what people say about messages being for you. Like, at that time, that message wasn't for me, and it wasn't going to land on my ears well. But this time, it was a message for me, and it landed, and it is what it is. This is the message for me. And one thing that I really loved about that podcast was that Lily Singh, who just wrote a book about it's called Being a Triangle, and I thought was such a brilliant topic, title. But anyway, she explains how growing up, we all have, some limiting beliefs that were trickled down through generational curses, generational trauma. And one thing that I think most Black young people my age face is that our parents, our grandparents, for them, in the time that they lived in, success was getting food on the table, getting a degree, going to school, having a car, owning property, all these things, or like not even property, like honestly, owning a car, having a roof over your head, the kids are all alive. Yes, success, you know what I mean? That was it in their time, you know? But now we live in a time where those things, yes, are important. Those things, yes, should be achieved, but they shouldn't define your success, or they shouldn't define your joy, and they shouldn't define your happiness or your source of joy. And I think that was so important for me, because when I looked at my life and how I was defining success, let me tell you, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I value likes, I value views, I value subscription, I value all these things. These things are important for the kind of content that I create. The careers or the things that I've chosen to do in my life, these things are important for my channel to grow and for my content to get out there. And so it's important to have those things on the list of things that allow you to be successful in this space. But I cannot get those things cannot define my happiness. Those things can't mean more to me, you know, than anything. Those things, if I don't get them, can't, you know, shatter my life. Like, it can't be the end of the world if I don't have those things. And so that is what she was saying. And she was like, Yazin, why not define success as, you know, the soft skills, things that are internal, things that you know you've been struggling with. For example, patience. Guys, how am I? Patience. Like, can we normalize, you know, giving yourself a pat on your back and saying, as in this week, you were flipping patient at work. You're flipping patient with your kids. You were super patient with your family. Like, well done for showing compassion to yourself this week. Well done for sticking to your monthly goals of saving a little bit of, that is success. That is, for me, something that I want to redefine as success. Well done, Sba, for, you know, moving your body this week. Flip, you walked to work 7 days in a row. You didn't take ditties around. Like, those little things really start to actually, in the bigger picture, really make it feel like, you know what, you are achieving your goals and you are actually pouring into yourself and focusing in when it comes to joy and happiness. And so that was so, like, important for me when I was listening to that podcast, because when I bring it back to defining success on YouTube and defining success for me on YouTube and all these other multiple streams that I'm trying to get, and it's one thing, you know, to have those metrics, which are great, you know, numbers, views, yes, so important. But one thing I've decided, and I want to say it on this video, because when I look back, I want to be able to rewatch this when I forget these things, because I'm not perfect. Please, it's not like I'm going to wake up the one morning, as in, I've changed, I've completely changed my perspective. You know, God has healed me. Yes, it's possible, but we're human. We make mistakes. In the journey of learning, you might make those mistakes again, but it's how you learn from them. If I'm not happy, if I'm not enjoying what I'm doing, or if I'm not enjoying putting this video together, if I'm not enjoying curating the content, then I'm not successful. I want to be in the most happiest state when I'm doing this. And obviously, guys, obviously, let's be honest, there will be days where the happiness won't be there, okay? But what I'm choosing to do is put that in the core of it all. And when I'm not feeling that, that is what I want to seek out to try feel that. I'm not going to look to the views. I'm not going to look to the subscriptions to try bring me back to the joy. I know the things that bring me joy, so I'm going to go there to find that joy again and make that content. I hope that makes sense. It really was something that I sat down and tried to unpack. And at the same time, I was really like, I'm learning. I'm also, you know, trying to figure out this thing. I'm turning 30 this year. A lot has happened, a lot hasn't happened, but I'm also not chasing any of it, because I'm realizing now more than ever that God has placed me where I am, what I'm doing, all of this, where I am for a reason. And I know we say that so loosely, but sometimes this week I had like a real like revelation from God. Like, he was like, because for the longest time I kept thinking whatever city God was placing me in, it was for me. It was for my growth. It was for my benefit. And then I paused for a second this week at work, because, to be honest with you guys, I love the kids. The kids are what's keeping me going. But iskole overall and how everything is run, I'm not impressed with. And I was like, that thing was really like, I was having like an internal battle. And this revelation came to me, like God was like, Sbatle, for a second, if I brought you here, I didn't bring you here for you or for your benefit. I actually brought you here as a vessel for these kids, or I brought you here as a vessel for this school. I'm bringing you here to bring something that's never been in the city before, a light, an energy, a way of doing things. And as soon as I started to think of that like that, I was like, Yazin, not that I'm putting myself to the side, but rather I will allow God to use me and my strengths to bring light to this place and bring, whatever it is he wants me to bring into these children's lives. And as soon as I started to realize and think like that, I think anything else I do now, I'm going to stop asking, like, how is this going to benefit me? Whatever situation I'm going to enter, I'm going to stop asking that. But rather ask, like, Lord, why are you bringing me here? Who do you want me to impact? Who do you want me to help, And I think once I that happened, I stopped, like, seeking this feeling of, like, oh, I have to feel like this is the way I need to be. Or I have to feel like, I don't know how to say it. I don't know what word I'm looking for, but now there's no expectation, but rather there's a just be you and you will be used as a vessel. There's no expectation, because really I was coming here expecting it to be exactly like my old school, expecting it to be like, expecting me to feel the same way I felt when I was teaching at First Leap. But actually it's not going to be that. It's completely different, And so, yeah, man, that's what I've been thinking about. It's what I've been journaling about. And I really just wanted to share that with you guys. Yeah, I'm going to listen to more podcasts, and I have been listening to a lot, and I want to be able to actually reflect in this kind of way. I think it's so important for me to kind of have like a little journal online, which is going to hopefully help someone else who was going through the same thing I was. So yeah, my loves, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I thoroughly enjoyed putting it together. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Mwah.